Hello, and welcome to my late night show, Joy of Working. I'm Chaya Srivatsa, and I'm sharing with you the experiences I had in the different jobs that I did, and many of them. Some takeaways, some gyan, some tips. In the last episode, I spoke about workplace harassment and how I was subjected to it. I want to tell you, this is not a kind of complaining or bitter sharing of experiences. This is just to tell you how things work in the corporate world, especially what happened to me in a public sector undertaking. All right, either I had to sit and mourn or do something about it. So once I stepped down, or rather, I was made to step down, I approached the best service lawyer advocate in town, Mr. Subramaniam Joyce. And I told him about what happened to me. He looked at all the papers gave him and he said, "Oh, no problem. You will win this through. I will fight for your freedom." I said, "Okay." And what did he do? Kept postponing it, saying, "Let the right judge come, let the right judge come." 10 years passed, and he didn't even appear in court for this. Meanwhile, I had moved on with other things, of which I will tell you in the next episodes. So, what did I do one day after 10 years? I went and told him, "Mr. Joyce, please let me have my papers back. I will fight my own case," because meanwhile, I had completed my degree in law. I always felt knowledge of law is good for every citizen. So I presented myself, party in person, in the High Court of Karnataka against HMT for my dismissal on frivolous and false grounds. I must here acknowledge the great help I got from Rakesh Prabhu, who was a young law student who used to come to my office, about which I will tell you in my next episodes, and he helped me with all the citations and lot of precedents, etc. Rakesh is now a partner, a senior partner in a very big law firm. Anyway, Rakesh, I hope you're listening to this. And then I stood in the High Court of Karnataka, fought my own case against a senior counsel for HMT. In 10 days, without any tariq pe tariq, the judge, Mr. Gopal Gowda, heard it, and at the end of it, he pronounced his decree, saying, "All charges dropped. Please reinstate her with full back wages." Now, the company should have just followed it. That would have been a graceful act on a company of that stature. Don't you agree? No. They went on appeal, saying the judge had no jurisdiction to reappreciate evidence. Some very, again, frivolous legal, what shall I say, excuse. Okay. This time again, Rakesh helped me a lot, and again I appeared myself before a two-bench appeal bench. Two people now. No, the judge squashed the first decree. So what do? I went to the Supreme Court. Yeah. Experience to hona chahiye. I went to Supreme Court, and here I must say a big thank you to the Legal Authority of India, which again, this is for all the women here. The Legal Authority of India gives you totally free legal help for any woman of any economic stature. Okay? So I made use of this. So I went to Supreme Court. They gave me a counsel to argue on my behalf. And you know, you have to take any number of photocopies and things like that. All that was borne by the Legal Authority of India. This is information for all the women here. And I was there in the Supreme Court waiting for my case to be heard. And guess what happens? Again, two judges, they looked at it for 2 minutes and said, this cannot be admitted because it's a domestic matter. And that's it. So what do? I just walked out of the Supreme Court, looked at it and said, oh wow, I was in the apex court. My case came up to the apex court. You know, those little things that you gloat over, that's all. Because it's better to have fought and lost than not to have fought at all. It's like love. Better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all. I applied that and came out and said, okay, I did my best. I fought against a big, company like HMT. I won the first round, cleared my name. That's what I wanted. Nobody could point a finger and say, oh, you did this, you did that. Hey, the High Court has absolved me of all the charges. What more do I want? Well, it would have been nice if the company had been graceful, taken me back and let me resign. That would have been what a public sector should have done. What they did was wrong. They could have repaired that wrong by doing this. But no, ego issues. All right, that's another takeaway. I hope other PSUs don't do this. Please, अपना इज्जत का तो ख्याल रखो. Behave, like magnanimously, like a huge company. Anyway, that was an experience going right up to the Supreme Court. Isn't it? See, for me, everything that happens. In Kannada, there is Purandaradasa, the saint poet, who said, Adadalla volite aitu, which means, Jo hoga, acha hi hoga. What happens is for the best. So this experience did not make me any worse. It did not make me bitter. It made me better. You agree? If I'm smiling, it's because I handled it with the right attitude. That is the secret of anything in life. Attitude. If you have an attitude of gratitude, which I have for all those who helped me, that carries you through. Okay? Now, I am going to finish this HMT, my tryst with the timekeeper kind of episode today, and my next episode will be on another much more pleasant issue. Do join me. All right? Bye.